Michèle Hamilton. I am the Executive Director of Support Local BC, which has been in existence since COVID, when we started a digital gift certificate program to get money into the hands of businesses that had to be shut down, but still had hard costs to pay. We have since moved to a VISA Debit Reward card, and today I'd like to share with you what that program looks like, what the new website looks like, and the business profiles that you have on there, how you can leverage those to market your business and get customers into your doors, what we're going to do to help you get customers into your doors, and what that VISA Debit Reward card looks like. So I'm going to share my screen, and we'll go through my presentation. So let's start with the VISA Debit Reward card. So this replaced the digital gift certificate program, which some of you might have been involved with. So basically, we were selling gift certificates on behalf of businesses so that, again, they had money coming in while they were restricted in how they could open and sell their goods and products, or their goods and services. So this is an image of part of the homepage on our new website, which you can access at supportlocalbc.com or bc.supportlocalcanada.com. Again, it's basically set up like our old website was. It's around the hub of communities. So in the top menu, you would look at the community you want to find businesses for, where you can spend your VISA Debit Reward card or discover new businesses that you don't know about. And then you can also, you as a consumer and consumers can also pledge to buy local and get rewarded with our VISA Debit Reward card. So when someone gets their VISA Debit Reward card, it is only virtual. We do not have physical cards, so you get an email activation, and it sends you to this particular page, which is at mysupportlocalbc.com, and you can create a user profile, so you can add more money to this card, see where you're spending it, and originally activate it. So the great thing about having VISA behind this card is that there is privacy and security measures like you would not believe, which is fantastic. We did not have that with our digital gift certificate program. So that was something that we were really searching for when we looked at how can we sustainably, provide this transactional piece for people to not only discover businesses in their community, but actually support those local businesses. So VISA was a great solution for that piece. So this is what it looks like when somebody gets their activation link. This is where they'll be directed. And this is our image of the card. Even though we don't have a physical card, VISA required us to come up with hi, Masami, how are you?
Oh, so sorry, I was late. I got jammed in the traffic. So
it's okay. That's okay. I'm good. You're from the postcard place,
yes,
is that right?
Yeah, correct. Yes.
Welcome. So I'm recording the session, so we can share it with people who got jammed up in the traffic and didn't actually make it. So I'm just talking a little bit about the VISA Debit Reward card and what that looks like, comparing it to the gift certificate program. And I just finished talking about the fact that, because it's based on the VISA platform, there's a lot of privacy and security measures that make us really happy to know that people's funds are secure when they put their money into one of these preloaded debit cards. So for a business, if somebody comes in and they have the number, so their card will have, like any other VISA debit card, will have a 16-character 16-digit code on it. And some people, they can add it to their virtual wallet, so to Google Pay or Apple Pay. And my understanding is they can just tap which is great because then you wouldn't even know that somebody's using a Support Local BC debit reward card to make a payment. But they also might come in with their phone and this particular website showing and provide you with the 16-digit code, which means you would have to enter it as a card not present. And so, Rob, you correct me if I'm going off topic here, but so they would enter that digit in and then the expiry date. And sometimes it also requires you to enter the postal code. It depends on your point of sale system, whether or not you're required to enter the postal code with it. And then, you know, it just takes payment basically. So it can also be used. So if you have an online store, it can be used for people can make an online purchase from your store as well. I think that it is fairly straightforward. I have a card. I have used it at businesses in Victoria. One business I had to enter the postal code, and the other business I did not have to. So much more straightforward than the digital gift certificate program that we had, for sure. So no tracking on your part. You get paid whatever rate your merchant services provider pays you for card not present Visa debit cards. And I just basically went through how to process the transaction. So essentially, it can be tapped or manually entered. And then if there was a return involved, you can actually return funds onto that card as well. I think that I have it here. So these were a couple FAQs that came up at the beginning of the program. So if the Visa debit card is declined, just make sure that you're typing in the correct 16-digit code. We're all used to scanning things or just hitting confirm and having our Face ID do it for us. And then making sure that there isn't a zero balance on the card. So the cardholder needs to keep track of the balance that's there. It can be used more than once. It doesn't have to be used all at once. So if they have $250 loaded on that Visa debit card, they could both go to, you know, both of your stores and make purchases. It does not expire, but there is a monthly charge that is applied if there is an outstanding balance 36 months after the date of issue. And that is standard. My understanding is that is standard for those Visa debit cards or the prepaid Visa cards themselves. And as I mentioned, you can apply a refund to that card. So I'm going to leave the Visa debit card piece behind and talk about your business listing and profile on our website. So the website is again organized by community. So I'm showing you an example of the Revelstoke community page. Just a bit of it. So we have the icons with the hearts in them that indicate each of these businesses. If you hover over it on the website, it will show you which business it is. So if I was taking a trip to Revelstoke, I might want to look at this ahead of time so that I could see, you know, all the great businesses that I could visit while I'm there. I can also use the app while I'm in Revelstoke, but I'm going to talk about the app in a little bit. But so what we're hoping to create with this is basically a one-stop place for people to discover local businesses as they travel through BC. And I don't know if this is a little bit of a tangent, but I don't know if these sponsored posts have come up on your Facebook or Instagram, personal ones, but Destination BC has a whole campaign going that is support BC by traveling through BC. And so this piece that we have really works in conjunction with that. So we're saying as you travel through BC, find the local independent businesses in the communities you're visiting. Those are the ones that you want to support. you know, love Starbucks, but they don't need our support, right? We want to go to local coffee shops and find a, you know, a special place to buy a book. So those things are super important to the spirit of communities, but also to the economy. And I don't need to preach to any of you about why supporting local businesses is so important. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to create a platform where people can discover those local businesses, and then they have a way to actually spend money by getting the Support Local BC Visa Debit Reward card. They don't have to. It's great if they go in and use their debit card on their own or pay cash, but we just want to give them the opportunity to find those businesses and then, you know, to actually purchase from them. So if you clicked on visit profile for any of these businesses, you would get to their profile. So there's a large header image that you can put in there. Your logo can be added. You can have a story in there as well. Your position on the map will show up. Add all of your social media channels, your website, contact information. And the other piece that we are adding is the ability to add a video, to add a contact form, so people can contact you right from our website and it gets sent to you. So hopefully the idea is that we will be advertising this whole program and people will be discovering businesses, connecting to them via the contact form on your profile. This piece on the left shows the business registration. So what that looks like to actually create your profile. You also create an account so you can go in and update this. You can change your header image for the seasons. You know, you can change your story in there. If you wanted to introduce new products, you can do that as well. If we look into the future, eventually you'll be able to add products. If you have an online store, you'll be able to integrate and add your online products in here so that people can actually click through and shop from the profile on your Support Local BC website. We have big plans. We have big plans. So, so again, as I described, this is the current profile for the Dutch Bakery and Diner in Victoria. And it is something that you do want to update regularly. We are in the process now of creating, so this is a free listing, but we're in the process of creating 2 other levels that would be paid membership so that you could have the video and the contact form on it. So for businesses who want to be able to really leverage this profile and what we're doing with the whole program to get businesses into your door and to, you know, get more visibility and hopefully more customers. So the first level is $25 a month. The second level is $50 a month. And that's something that we are building out right now because we heard from businesses in the survey that we sent last year that was something that they you know, they love being part of the Support Local BC community. So being able to, you know, update their profile, have more on it so that when people come to the Support Local BC website and see your profile, they're getting a lot of information, they're getting a lot of confidence, and they want to buy from you. So that piece we'll share more about with the membership side of things. So we also have an app. It is a native app that you can download from Google Play and from the App Store. It has some elements of the website, but not everything on the website fits in with the app idea. Again, because we're dreamers, we have big plans for what the app will be able to do. Eventually, what we want to have is a virtual wallet part of this app so that when you get your Visa debit reward card, you add it into the wallet in this app, and ping, as you go past businesses, you get notifications. Oh my gosh, the greatest bookstore in Prince George is on your left. Basically, head in there and use your Support Local BC debit reward card. So using geofencing to help people to find those businesses and maybe give them a little bit of nudge and say, you're really close to a business where you can use your Support Local BC Visa debit reward card. So if you haven't already downloaded that app, I would highly recommend it. And it's great. You know, it's really meant for consumers, which you're consumers when you walk out of your business. But it would be great to get your feedback as a business, what other things we could add into the app that would, you know, make it more usable and more meaningful to you as a business owner. Okay, this part is super exciting. We have the membership stuff. Site and to the businesses that we're showcasing. So we're setting up a group advertising program. I'm going to hand it off to Rob. For those of you who just joined, Rob is the marketing director here at Support Local BC, and this group advertising program is his brainchild, baby. And we're super excited about having it, you know, coming together. So I'm going to pass it over to Rob, and I'm going to just flip the slides.
Thanks, Michelle. It's nice to see those that have joined today, and look forward to talking to more of you in the future as well too. One of the things that we recognize for small businesses, myself, my background is I've been a business consultant for over 20 years and working with lots of small businesses, especially startups. And they all seem to have a number of things that obviously as a group have challenges that come up from time to time. And one of the biggest ones we've seen is the ability to compete with larger entities in the marketplace, especially when you talk about digital advertising and digital marketing, because that's how all marketing, most marketing is done these days. One of the things we wanted to be able to create with the group of businesses that, you know, that we've been working with on the gift card program and the VISA Debit Card program is collectively coming together to help each other in order to compete against not only larger entities, but also to make sure that the general public is aware that you exist, that where to find you, how to find you, and drive even more traffic. Large businesses, of course, have huge budgets, and then they are able to get in front of many more eyeballs. So how do you do that when you're a small business and your budget is not, you know, as big as the others? So essentially, the idea of the group advertising program is to get everyone to kind of get together and create a group advertising budget that we can then use to go into the digital marketing space to drive the traffic back to you, to your businesses, to your locations, to your profiles on the website, drive people to getting the app so that they're walking around with information about your business as well. So that is essentially kind of the basics of what the group advertising program envisioned. And we go to the next slide. So as we talked about, those large retailers, we're picking on retailers for a minute here, but obviously their budgets are massive. And again, they just flood, you know, the inboxes and the Googles and the search engines with that information. So it's really hard to compete when you're up against that kind of a market in order to differentiate yourself and be found in that whole group. It used to be yellow pages. If you lived in a local community, you get your yellow pages, you looked up the business, and there you go. Not so simple anymore. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to create a massive budget, or the idea is to create a massive budget by having a small contribution from all the businesses that want to get involved in order to create a large budget that we can go out and collectively help market the group itself, being able to disseminate those listings and those leads down into individual profiles and individual businesses. And one of the nice things about digital marketing is that we can now do that. So if we were in the old days in a yellow pages ad and we had one page for support local businesses, everybody's had their logo on there, that doesn't necessarily help you. Now with digital marketing, we can actually direct that traffic directly into individual businesses and individual communities. So the idea being is if businesses contribute $50 to the group advertising budget, we can then use that, build that budget up, and go out and just hit the digital marketing space in our areas, in this case, the communities in BC. Next slide. So just to wrap up the group, just to wrap that up. Sorry, Michelle.
No worries.
That's the concept. That's what we're trying to create. We're really excited about the idea of being able to leverage our group together and being able to come together and kind of help everybody out, help each other out, but without breaking the bank, without creating systems that are very expensive. So there'll be more details to come, and love to hear your feedback on where we're going with that. Thanks, Michelle.
Thanks, Rob. So this last section is about other ways that we want to help support your business. And we did send a survey out last week. You have until Friday, end of the day, so 4:30, 5 o'clock to complete it. But one of the big things that we're getting from the responses that we have had is that marketing your business is hard when you're also trying to run your business. So the idea with the group advertising program is that, we manage that piece for you and put the ads out there to get, and the ads will be directed to those businesses that are participating and investing that $50 a month into it. So we really want you to be able to leverage your profile on our new website. So update it regularly, share it. If you don't have your own website, then use our profile. The other piece is, if you do need a website, and I'm not sure if you've heard of the CDAP grant, Canadian Digital Adoption Program. So the federal government has invested a lot of money to help small businesses create an online presence or upgrade their current online presence. And so that comes in the form of a $2,400 micro grant. Yes, you have to apply for it. But it is pretty straightforward. There is still money out there for that. So if you have a website and you want to add on an e-commerce element to it and start selling online, that's something that we can help you with. If there's some other way to utilize technology in your business, that's what this grant is for. So if you're interested in that, reach out to either Rob or myself. So Rob at supportlocalbc.com or Michèle at supportlocalbc.com, or just ping us in the chat, and we can talk about that. So it is a non-repayable, it's a grant. You get the $2,400, and I know $2,400 isn't a lot, but it can definitely start something for you. The other piece that we hear over and over is finding out information about grants, about funding, about hiring opportunities. And so we are curating and creating information about those on the website called Business Resources. So in the past 5 or 6 months, we've added a lot of articles on there. So the idea is that we become a hub. So we're not creating our own stuff. We're going to Small Business BC. What do they have happening on for that would be of interest to people? Local BC, economic development associations. What's happening with hiring trends? Where can you look for resources that make the whole hiring process easier and onboarding of employees? So those kind of pieces. Number 4, managing social media accounts. So it goes hand in hand with the digital marketing. Like, you are all so amazing and passionate to have started a business and do what you are doing. We want to support all of those background things that are still necessary to do when you own a business. Unfortunately, it's not like the Kevin Costner, if you build it, they will come. We need to put some effort in there. So one of the things that we're looking at is we have a potential, I'm narrowing it down now, a potential partner that can provide like a platform so that we can either help you manage your social media, or you can do it there easily, so that it's just more streamlined. Like, let's find ways to use technology to make your job easier and make growing your business more successful. So this would be the time. If you've been holding on to a question. I don't see anything in the chat, but if you have any questions, please unmute yourself. It's your choice whether or not you want to turn your camera on and ask your question. I'm going to do a 3, 2, 1 countdown. No questions. Excellent. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining Rob and I this morning. It's been great to share this information with you. As you can tell, both of us are super excited to continue working with small businesses throughout the province. Rob's been doing it for 20 years. I'm a little bit shy that 20 years, but not shy on passion. I love supporting local businesses myself, and we are open to hearing feedback about how our program can help you grow your business, connect with other businesses in your community, and bring more customers in your doors.
Sounds great.
Excellent. Thanks, Judy. Super. Well, if there are no questions, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I will be editing our recording and putting it up on YouTube, so you'll get an email from us with a link to that if you want to rewatch anything, or if you want to send it to another business owner that is not aware of Support Local BC and what we're doing. That would be great to have them as part of it. We'll also soon be sharing the link about the group advertising program. We're just putting the last of that together. And then the membership part of things. So really being able to add a few more features to the business profile so you can leverage it to get more folks in your doors. So.
And we're looking forward to doing more of these informational seminars and bringing more and more services to you guys as small businesses as we continue to grow and find more solutions that hopefully will help not only in the marketing side, but in other business aspects as well too. So look forward to working with you all.
Thanks a bunch, guys.
Thanks, Judy.